Photography and executive producer for. Happily enough, we have finished principal photography. We shot over winter break. We are in the process of working on our picture edit now. So point number one of this pitch, if you come onto the project, you will have a fuck ton of time to work and a lot of time to make it good, right?
That's good. That's nice.
So we're looking at picture like at the end of February, so that's like a full 2.5 months in post-production. So there's plenty of time to get done what needs to be done. And what needs to be done is what I'm going to talk about next, camera.
Hey.
New second. So the first thing that we are doing is building a pretty fancy motion graphics, or two motion graphics credit sequences. The important one is the pre-roll credit sequence, and one less fancy post-roll credit sequence. So I think also in the text I sent Shanel, which will hopefully go out, is kind of the template-ish thing that the director wants it to look like. Basically it's combining kind of old-timey, like worn paper textures with old-timey photos and old-timey fonts, and things are like cross-fading and dissolving and lighting on fire. It's pretty funky. So thing one is looking for one or several motion graphics artists to come help put this together. Work on that could start, tomorrow if we get people for it. So that's kind of independent of the progress of the rest of the film. So yeah, that's thing one.
When would that be due?
Yeah, and that would be due. So we need a rough just for time for our composer as soon as possible. But like very rough, like literally could just have the names in, and you can write the graphics. The actual finalized graphic, rough due date, end of March. So we can call that March 30, and then update if that changes. But you got the whole semester working it. So I think it'd probably be, a 30-ish second, 45 max pre-roll sequence, and other than standard credits, a much shorter post-credits roll, or if it's the whole thing, much simpler. Any questions about MoGraph stuff?
When you say pre-roll, sorry?
So opening credits.
Is it just main title, or do you need?
So yeah, main titles and cast, exec producers, director. So yeah.
Do you have concept art or like a design choice that you want, or are you open to people designing their own ideas?
So that's something I need to run by the director. So the director did have a template they wanted to base off of, but for a number of reasons we didn't want to go with the actual template. A, the license, B, I was very insistent on not buying a template for our thesis film.
That's a good idea.
So we do have that to work off of and to imitate, but then I would be open to seeing what other people come up with. Ultimately, it'd be down to the director. So if people would want to come up with their own things, and we could vet some, and then if we found a new direction we wanted to go in, that would certainly be a possibility.
Do you have an application process, and if so, what is it?
The application process is email me and we'll talk.
What is your email?
moline.jh@gmail.com, which should also be going out with the email blast with all the pitches afterwards.
Awesome.
And if I like you, I'll give you my phone number. But for now, stick to email. You're free to strangers. Yes.
Are you interested in having more than one person, or like have kind of like Park Post help you with this as like a whole organization? Or would you rather have individual people?
I think I'd rather have one person or a small team as opposed to just everybody, just so we can stay focused on what we eventually go for and be able to narrow down what we want and get to a really polished product. Because I think the whole group would be a little too many people working on too many cooks and all that. Yep.
Do you need anything outside of motion graphics?
Yes, I'm getting to that. But any other motion graphic questions before I move on? Alright, cool. Thing two, which we're still trying to, which we won't know if it is a thing until we have at least a rough cut, but is a post-cleanup VFX crew. So once we have a rough cut, we're going to have a spotting session somewhere, somehow, with some people, preferably as many of you who would like to come. Yes?
What do you mean cleanup of VFX?
So Part of it, okay, so I should probably explain at least part of the relevant premise of the film. It is a period piece. With a period piece, you have a lot of art to make it look like a period piece. If we are watching the movie, we notice things that do not mesh with that art, or if we notice things that are disruptive of continuity, or other things that just don't fit, if we can get rid of them, we would like to. So if we're talking about post-cleanup VFX, that would be a team of people going through shots we identify, painting out scene elements that don't make sense, like if we see modern wall outlets, modern light fixtures that snuck into the background, which I don't think we did, or at least nothing that we care about enough. So, if like somebody left a water bottle on set, a modern water bottle, things like that. So that's something that if at some point we're going to have that spotting session, which is basically where yes.
What do you mean spotting session?
Where we all sit down, watch through the rough cut or final cut if we have it, and spot all of the things that need to be changed. So we'll go through the film and take notes. And yes.
Would you be opposed to having Park Post do a spotting session of your rough cut?
I was hoping that would be an option because I would like that if at all possible. And that would be open to more than people would sign up for it. Anybody who wants to come and help out, more eyes are better. So that's basically a time where we sit down and figure out everything that we need to do in post VFX cleanup to clean up. Yeah.
Would you be willing to re-pitch after you do the spotting session, knowing the amount of work that would go into it?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. Because it's the thing, if it's not a lot of work, then it might just be something. If it's like 2 or 3 shots, I might just take care of that myself as part of my proposed workflow. But it's a decent amount of things, and then also be a fun experience for people who haven't been part of that post cleanup workflow. Then yeah, certainly, once we figure out how much needs to be done, we can sit down and figure out how many people we need for that.
When's the spotting session? March?
No, that much earlier. So hopefully within 3 weeks we should have a rough cut of non-picture log. I'll talk to the editor and see when we could have just a solid rough cut date of at least the footage that we're gonna have. If not the precise ins and outs for each clip. So hopefully this month, but early March at the latest. Yeah. Any other questions about cleanup VFX? There's no.
When would that be?
Yeah. So that would be due end of April, right? Because screenings in May. Yes, end of April. And yeah, I do not believe there's going to be any sort of like creative, flashy explosion to VFX. There might be a couple, depending on direct preferences and people who are interested, but nothing vital to the film. Right? Any good? Sounds good? Alright, I'm gonna pull up some stills because I like them.
Who watched the video?
So the video is not actually in the movie, it's just like our promotional video. We're gonna cut together an actual trailer and put that here. You can watch the video if you want to, but it doesn't have anything to do with any of the post-process. I'm on a clock, buddy.
Alright.
You've got 11 minutes.
It's not set photos. Alright, we got some stills
11
from the
minutes left.
movie
11 left.
that you can take a
Are
look
these from the
at.
camera or set? Okay.
These are the stills from the film, so this is in camera. You take a look at it. So we shot on the Blackmagic Ursa that we just got.
Mini or?
The big Ursa.
Sorry.
Yeah. What?
Ursa Major.
No, we wanted the nice lenses, alright? It was an on-purpose decision. And so this is actually, so we did only shoot HD because we shot part of it on the Blackmagic Micro, which maxes out at HD. It is shot ProRes 444, so it's not technically raw, but it's what, 12-bit, 12 or 14-bit. There's a lot of color information. So thing 3 is color. So am I still the color guy? Is that a thing?
And kind of Ethan too.
And Ethan too?
I said I know how to do
Okay. So I may, pending review, I may or may not be the color guy for Park Post. But
you can train people.
I can train people.
Yeah, I can
So,
probably tell you that.
we are going to have a very in-depth color workflow because we'll have the time and we have the nice, flat Blackmagic footage to use. Let me scroll down just one more sheet of stuff. Yeah.
What does it mean when you say the footage is flat?
Okay, so Well, that's a long topic.
Short version.
Short version, shot with really low contrast to preserve maximum highlight detail. So everything looks kind of. So this actually, I think this might have exported with the Blackmagic Film to Video LUT, so it doesn't look quite as flat as it does on a computer. But basically means it's not super colorful. It's pretty saturated. It's more toward all the information data is kind of compressed towards the middle of your histogram. So part of that means there's a lot of latitude for color grading. So we're going to have a very broad, very complete color process. We're going to pay a lot of attention, custom grades for every shot. So that is going to be a thing that is happening, and if you are interested in learning how to use DaVinci Resolve, we'll see if we can figure out how best to do a multiple person project, because that's not something I've done before. But
So I'm probably bringing Sam up
Okay.
over spring break.
Cool.
And we can do some kind of work.
yeah, and even if for whatever reason we can't figure out how to have a lot of people work on the final coach, I would love to have people on. I will still make footage available for y'all to practice on, but it would be fantastic, I think, to have a couple of color assistants to come and help out with stuff. And that'll be happening after picture lock, so probably mid-March through end of April is when we finish color. Yeah. Any questions?
Color would
about-
happen at the very end because you can't color correct your visual effects first.
Correct. Yep. Well, there might be a way if we could just like grade the un-VFX shots and then just do a replace. So there's, depending on how,
You just got it.
yeah, so depending on how some of the other post-scriptural plans out, hopefully we'll start it, definitely in April, maybe creeping into early March through end of April. Yeah, that's color. Any questions about that? Fingers crossed. No, I'm familiar about it. I think we got some good looking stuff. I think we got some good sounding stuff. We are set for sound, although we might have space for a Foley artist or two, but I'm not sure about that. Anybody have any questions about anything at all for the film?
When do you need Foley?
So I think, yeah,
April.
yeah, March or April. So I think we probably do another audio spotting session, probably with just the sound crew we already have around the time we have picture lock. Probably like about within the week after you have picture lock to identify what needs to be done, depending on how many Foleys you have and whether the people we already have on want more help. So I need to get back to you about more assistance in post sound.
Can you talk one more time? You said main title and then you said end credits. What happened to the film burn?
No, yes, that's the main title and is in the film burn thing.
Main title.
Yes, that's the whole opening credit sequence, which would, I'm expecting a 30 to 45 second sequence max, possibly shorter. But yes, that's going to have, producers, director, main cast, and title in it.
And end credits.
So end credits is a maybe, but that'd just be, if we wanted to spice up just a plain old credit roll, that's what that would be. So the big thing is the pre-roll credit sequence.
One last thing that I'm gonna ask.
Yep.
If someone were to reach out to you and they had very little experience, but they were willing to work with some kind of like a mentor here in Park Post, would that be something that you would feel comfortable with having them help out?
Absolutely, yeah, especially if there's, I think as long as there's one person who knows what they're doing, we're good. Even a half a person who knows what they're doing. Yeah, well, I'm not a huge mode graph guy, but for everything else, yeah, absolutely. I'm certainly willing to work with people because at the end, the other half of this is providing opportunities for people to do things that they haven't had a chance to do before. So I think the big one for me on this one is color, but also if we have a lot of little post cleanup things, and especially because we're not on a super tight schedule with that, or at least not as tight as some of the projects we had last semester, I think that is part of what makes this nice as a learning opportunity if you haven't had experience with some of these post workflows before.
All right, thank you, Jeremy. I just want to make a note going forward. So it's hard to really like say, oh, I want to work on this project, and sometimes it's a commitment, but in reality, if it's something you're interested in, it's super valuable to work on these things, because when you work on it, you have this awesome end product, and then you can put that on your reel, so when you leave college, you can show it to people that you're applying for, and then you can get a job. So it seems like it's just like, might be out of the way or might be difficult, but these things really do add up. So starting now, putting stuff on your reel is a huge deal. And if you have questions about reels or don't know what they are, come talk to us too, because those are super duper important. So yeah.
And to reiterate, we're doing these things so that people who are unfamiliar with doing this kind of work can try it out. So we are here to help you out with these projects. So
Don't be intimidated if it's something you've never worked with before. If you're interested, do it. It's fun.
a lot of people came up saying they want to learn to be a colorist, so this is a really good opportunity for that because he needs some assistance as well as colorists. So I'll do this. Okay.
Their event.
Never mind that.
I have only taken writing classes. I'm the writer and I'm directing this film. So I'm just gonna tell you like what I'm envisioning, but I'm sorry if I can't answer your questions better, but my producer, who should be here with me but isn't, does know that stuff. But yeah, so the film is called 99K and it's about an Instagram. So 99K is like 99,000 Instagram followers. And basically what we need is graphic designers to design like the Instagram type thing. Okay, this is what it's about, if anyone cares. But most of it takes place one night at a party and she's like trying to make it look like she's having more fun than she really is, but she's not. She's super depressed. But it's a comedy. These are some that I found from like short films on YouTube that I found, but like how this one is like coming out of the phone and it's not. They didn't even bother trying to design like a fake Instagram app type thing, which it's just like the picture and the caption underneath, and I think I like that better. These ones have, there's a scene at the end where she posts something and she's like sitting by herself on the porch and it slowly pans out and you're gonna have like the number of likes on the bottom, kind of like that one, only it won't say 5, it'll be like thousands. So yeah, that's what we're looking for, someone who can do that. We just need editors and graphic designers and that whole thing, and moral support and friendship.
You need a editor, like a full editor for the whole.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Editor. So instead of graphic designers, he needs motion graphics.
But people with graphic design backgrounds would be good at that,
Yeah.
so if you know graphic design, it's easy to get into motion graphics.
You two could work together too. You could have a graphic designer. So should I pitch? So he's doing a, what is it, Instagram, Twitter, what is it?
Yeah, it's like an Instagram type thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like an Instagram type app, but we can't use Instagram, so we have to create something similar that has the same effect to the audience, but will have a different design. So it'll have slightly different icons and everything, so you can use Instagram, all that kind of stuff as a template, but you'd have to create unique designs. And then from that, once you design that, then you can animate them.
Yeah.
Are you looking to do actual screen replacements where we see the phone and we see the screen, or are you just doing the heads-up display like Sherlock kind of style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just that.
We're
Yeah.
never going to see the front
Okay.
of the phone, we're only going to see the back, and then it's going to be attached, tracking with it.
That also brings up. Do you want in terms of like the HUD, this popping up, and assuming you want it coming from the phone, do you want it to like feel attached to the phone, or just kind of have it floating freely in the corner of the screen, like in like the space on the screen?
Originally I did want it attached, and that I'm kind of changing when I watched some of those. especially because, so it's like a montage, the film starts with a montage of scenes of people, there's like two people like on a date but they're not interacting with each other, things like that. So I think it's actually gonna be more like next to the person as they're scrolling through their phone, yeah. Yeah.
Have you seen News Guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
You kind of going for something like that.
Yeah.
Like I know in that like if like the character like moves, the perspective of the like graphic will kind of move like with them. So is that like something that you're going for? Tracking? Or even not just
No.
tracking, but like when they like they like the graphic was like in 3D space too.
Oh, like 2.5D?
Yeah. We're gonna find an example of it, but I don't know. I felt like that was like.
Yeah.
How much are the people moving with the phone is basically what you're
Like
trying to
they're
figure out.
barely moving.
Barely moving,
Okay.
okay, then it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like
It's mostly people sitting.
You don't have anybody like walking with a phone or?
No.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So you're looking for an editor or just small team of editors? How long is the project and what are the deadlines left?
So we're hoping to start filming next weekend, and then be done by spring break. So, I mean, we would like to premiere it in May,
Okay. And then what's the runtime of the project?
like 15 minutes.
Okay.
That's all.
Do you need just a picture editor or picture and sound?
As of right now, both. Yeah.
Okay. As far as moral support goes, do you want like cupcakes or what?
That would be great.
Okay.
Yeah.
Alright.
Happily
Groups
encouraged.
of bugs. You want like one of those like cards?
That would be cool too. I've never gotten an e-card.
Any questions about this project?
Do you have any crazy transitions for what the editor would need to know about? Like, do you have any like, I don't know, whips where like the person takes their phone across the screen or something and it transitions between something else? There's a lot of just like straight cuts here and there.
It's gonna be mostly straight cuts on
Okay.
anything. I mean, we have a split screen.
You have a split
phone
screen? Okay.
Conversation.
Okay.
There's one split screen.
That's all.
Okay. It's good information to know.
Special
Wait,
thing.
split screen of one part basically. So like
Yeah.
2 actors but 1 part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Are they on the phone with each other and responding to each other?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. This is hard to explain. Okay. So I just grabbed it wrong. Forget everything I just said. So there is a phone conversation, but we're not using split screen for that. There's a split screen where it's she is in like one area of the house yelling to someone in the other area of the house. And there's a split screen.
Do you know if it's going to be, it sounds like it's a pretty big part of your movie. Is it going to be like, it sounds like it's going to be more than like 5 shots where this is happening? Or is it like, do you have a ballpark, like 25, 30?
Yeah, so in the beginning there's a montage and it's 5 shots with that, and then one point in the middle, and then one at the end with the lights at the bottom of the screen, so that, like 7. Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Cool. Does anyone have any questions? Did you have a question before?
You covered most of it, but would you need a VFX supervisor with you to shoot?
Yeah, I guess. You nodded yes.
Yeah, we've talked about how to
Yeah,
do some
and
of
you,
it.
but, yeah,
So
yeah.
I think it would be helpful to have some of their, whoever's gonna do your graphics would be helpful to have on set.
Okay.
If you're interested in the VFX supervising thing, you can talk to Dan too. He can tell you sort of what you need to prepare for on set and the sorts of. Oh, you're fine.
Yeah. I'll keep nodding if you want to keep explaining.
I should have burst my bubbles. All right.
Any other questions? Okay. So I like have to go because I have to catch the TCAT. Should I give out my email?
If Shana has
Give
it.
out your.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, cool. That works.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
show is that for?
It's the screening room, ICTV.
Yeah.
Eric for the graphics.
Is the project getting a better intro?
No. Unless anyone wants.
Oh my god.
I'll make you a sick.
Well,
I know I'm learning are not working.
Let me teach you.
Yes.
You get view.
Yes.
Present, top right.
There you go. Yay!
Okay, so we don't have any field cameras, we don't have any field audio, and we don't have any editors. So we have a show editor, and that's Matt Lucas. If anyone knows Matt Lucas. We do need an editor for our field package scene. It's so easy. I did it last year. It took me maybe an hour, and you have an entire week to do it. So I just need, me and my other two producers just need someone to do it. So it's one less thing we're worrying about. We also need, actually I think that's it. Yeah, and we are also gathering people for editors because Matt Lucas is a senior, and when he leaves, we're going to need an editor next year. So if you're interested in becoming an editor of the show, contact me on any of these. That's the show email, so that'll go to all the producers. Me, Rachel Barrison, and Jacob Andrianos. That'll go to my school one, that's my Gmail, and then you can text me or call me, just not at 3 in the morning.
I'll call you right now.
Obviously. You can call me right now if you want. You already have my number. Yeah, so that's it. Any questions?
What are you looking for?
I need a editor. Well, we need a few things. We need an editor for our field segment, which is like 1 minute and 40 seconds. We need a field camera person to film the field segment, and we need a field audio person.
What if you're using your audio?
No, it's recurring every week for 7.
Normally it's 9 or 10.
Yeah, it's like 8 or 9 right now. So we are actually trying to. We're gonna film tonight. We can't film tonight, so we're gonna do next week. Maybe next week. Oh, who's that? Oh, it's Dante.
So it starts next week.
Yeah, so these, if you're interested in a field position, talk to me at ASAP, because then we're gonna do scheduling with the host to figure out when we're gonna film that. For editing, I would need someone after we shoot, so again, ASAP, the date we air is Wednesdays at 8 p.m., but you don't have to be there if you're an editor or a field people. Any other questions?
So let me,
What kind of field camera?
The field camera, so you have a camera, and you are going to, I'll show you an example. No, it's fine. We have a host, Nicole Pimentel, and you know her, it's great. Film her asking people in park questions that we have. So you literally just walk around park with camera.
What kind
With
of-
me, I will be there.
What kind of camera?
If you have your own, that'd be great, but if not, we can rent it from Checkout Center, PPEX, because that's not a good idea.
what cameras are available?
Sony NX3,
Is that
which is
the,
a Z150 basically.
Yeah.
And then I also have my camera, so like, if you don't have a camera and you still want to do camera, you still want to do a camera, I have it. So,
filming is every Wednesday at 8?
the show is being filmed in the studio at 8. The times for field camera we have to talk about because it's flexible based on the host and me and the audio person. So if you're interested, just send me just talk to me. And then we can work it out.
What audio?
Basically, I think ICTV has a Zoom and she has a handheld, our host has a handheld mic, so it's, you just need to tell us you're speeding. Yeah.
And are you looking for people to record audio and video every Wednesday at 8 or outside?
No, not everyone's at 8, it's just like based on your schedule so we can do it in the field.
Okay.
What day of the week? do you think the editor would be editing?
Well, we try to get you as soon as possible. Again, it depends on when we shoot, but if we air on Wednesdays, it'll they'll probably try to shoot on a Thursday or Friday, and then you would get the footage a Saturday, and you just need to have it by Tuesday. And yeah. Any other questions?
Cool.
That's not too hard, is it?
Cool, thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Hello, my name is Shanel. I'm a sophomore TBR major, and I'm trying to start up a student-run music production company called Collegetown Records. Just a quick overview: we have like a music division that contains 5 artists that are all Ithaca College students, and in this division of there are 5 artists. There will be called ICA, Ithaca College artists. Anybody has a charger?
I do.
They'll be called like Ithaca College artists, but they're each individual artists. And this is just for us to like easily to like promote them as an artist and to promote us as a company. And in that department, we'll have a team of artists and repertoire, artists and management, marketing promotions, and business and finance affairs. And inside the department, we'll have like a branch that will cater to international music, and this will personally help us with our evaluation process. But with our international music, that will probably happen next semester or next year. So specifically right now, we're looking for post-production people, so we only have to focus on our visual arts division. And in our visual arts division, we have our video department and our photography department. In our video department focuses on music videos, teaser trailers, and interviews, documentary styles, while our photography department just focuses on like photo shoots for artists, cover art, graphic design, and digital photography. So our plan, since we have 5 artists, each of our artists has at least 1 title songs that we will promote in the next couple of months. 2 of the songs that we're trying to create a music video for, one from Kira Sky, Dancing in the Rain, and another one from Colleen P. Eliello, Coffee. And then we're also trying to create 3 songs for to create like lyric videos, which will be Angelique Chen's Falling, Susanna Van Gelder's Pretty Words, and Aurelia's If I. So these are just an example of what we're trying to go with in terms of like teaser trailer. So this strategy will be used because like before we kind of create, before we film our music videos and like show it and just like put it on YouTube, we want to like promote our artists first, promote our company first. That's why we want to do teaser trailers first. And before we do that, Kira's song Dancing in the Rain will become a music video, but we still want to promote it first. We still want to show like, oh guys, we have a song that will be a music video, that will be released as a music video in a couple of weeks. And this is the strategy that we're kind of going for. The shots we film for our music video, we can use those same shots to promote her other song that she recorded was I Wonder. So it'll be like killing 2 birds in 1 stone, that kind of thing. So yeah. So with this group, this is a K-pop group in South Korea, and basically they have 2 concepts, their red and their velvet concept. Right now they're in their velvet concept, which is like an R&B type style. And their title song is called Bad Boy. But they're a 5-member group, and in their group, one of the members, this is her teaser, but instead of like promoting the title song, they're promoting their another song from their album. And this is what we want to do for Kira's song, because we want to create like a music video called Dance in the Rain for her, but we also want to promote her other song, I Wonder, which she personally recorded with our sound recording technologist majors. Yeah, and this strategy will also be used for Colleen's song because she has like another song too, called Friday. Yeah, but for this strategy, for Angelique's song, she only has like one song so far, unlike Kira and Colleen, and so we have to like go with a different strategy in terms of like how do we like create a teaser trailer for her, an individual teaser trailer for her. So we came up with this, and basically in this teaser trailer, her song contains like a piano and a couple of beats. And in this strategy of a teaser trailer, in the teaser trailer, we'll only like play the piano in the beginning, and then like the beat will drop like towards like 10 seconds in. But it'll be less intense than this video.
Along with this, that video was promoting a group, but that's not what we're going to be doing with the artists. Artists aren't going to be grouped, they're going to be solo artists. But together we want to promote them all as just because it's our first few artists, and we want to do a concept for all of them since all their songs don't sound similar but all have the same kind of theme. So what we're going to do is we're going to make the individual trailers for all their songs, and then we're going to do a group trailer with all the artists in it.
And this is like kind of like one style that we're going with, because like essentially we want to kind of do like two group teaser trailers. One will be this type of style, and lucky enough, like one of my directors, Devin, said that he definitely want to do something with all 5 of our artists. And in this teaser trailer, we have a name, and they go with the artists, and they're all essentially with our teaser trailer, especially for our group one, we're trying to like aim for like 30 seconds to 45 seconds. But this video is like a little bit long just because they have 18 members. But yeah, like we're trying to like have the name where showing like their individual personality, like showing them themselves as an artist with their own name and like what do they like to do. So that's like one group teaser trailer that we want to do, but we have like another group trailer that we want to do that will have like some sort of concept that will connect to our name, Collegetown. So yeah, so based on the videos that you saw, that's why we have 2 editors, but we need a little bit more because, as you can see, essentially we want 5 videos. 3 lyric videos, 2 music videos, but there'll be teaser trailers as well. So around 8 to 9 videos, but that's why we need like editors, motion graphics, visual effects, animators for our lyric videos, and colorists to help in our video. And then schedule our dates. For our music video, we are aiming to start filming a couple of shots for our song Dancing in the Rain by Kira Sky in the first week of March. But we're only aiming for like interior shots because for the song, because it's implied dancing in the rain, we want to film outside when it's raining, but it's snowing right now. But we don't want to wait, so we were gonna start shooting the shots inside. But for our artist introduction group introduction teasers, we are planning on filming throughout the month of March as well. But you know, it will just be like 30 seconds. So I envision for it now. It will just take 1 week in in March. And that'll be it. So yeah, we will need post-crew members after spring break to the ending of April, or if the project gets done earlier than that. For our lyric videos, we currently have 2 songs that we decided should be lyric videos, and they'll all be done recording before the end of February, maybe first week of March. As a result, we will need post-production group between the end of February until the end of March. So yeah. Oh yeah, and just to also say, like, our lyric videos will require more brainstorming and pre-production work. Unlike with our music videos, we're already doing the pre-production work, but for lyric videos, because our lyric videos may contain like more creative style for our animators and our motion graphics. So that's.
It sounds really, really exciting. You guys put a lot of thought into this, and it sounds like a super cool thing to get in on starting, because this is a really cool just organization and idea. 2 questions. First is, when you say lyric video, do you mean like kinetic typography? Like words moving around in a really animated way?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Second question, are you hoping to eventually make this like a company? Are you hoping to make profit off of this eventually? Or is this just something for fun, like outside of school, more or less? Not immediately, clearly, but.
Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things that I'm kind of struggling with, because the reason why I created it in the first place was for because like I'm a TVR major, and in part we're really focused on TV and movies, which is totally fine. But you know, once we graduate, like we need jobs, we need like other type of more experience, more flexibility in our work. So I initially created this so like everybody could like say like they kind of understand, because yeah, it's easy to create a music video, but to be really good at it, it requires a little bit more work. I know like in classes we only focus on music video for like 1 week and that's it. But for this is like organization where other students can be in it and like produce like a lot of music videos. So when it comes to profit,
yeah, when it comes to profit, I think if we ever make profit along the road, we're probably going to be using most, if not all, the money for budgets for more projects. So I don't think personally we'll be profiting off of it, but yeah, use it for budgets.
The goal is that it stays here longer than a semester.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trying to build something for other people to take over.
Yes, exactly. That's another one of my aims.
So you were talking about international lyric videos. Are you gonna have someone, if you want like a lyric video for an international person or group, would you need someone who knows that language or at least the type kit to do that?
Yeah.
Or, okay.
Like a really fluent understanding probably won't be needed, but if anything, well, the international will probably be along the road for not for a while, but even if we have someone who's fluent, that can be with the person who's doing it, just for a little bit, just so everything like makes sense.
Yeah.
That'll be also another like
And two of our artists already knows like a second language,
Oh, gotcha.
so we get the artists will like help anybody with the translation. Yeah.
Are you looking for people, so there's a number of projects that you're working on. Are you looking for them to stay from project to project? Or are you looking for individual, like, VFX artists for one of your projects, a motion graphic for one? Like, are you trying to get multiple people, or are you just seeing what you're pulling in?
It'll be really, really awesome to get multiple people and for them to like stay on for long term. It'll be really, really awesome for that. But I know like we're college students, we go through classes, we want to do study abroad. I know like there's like a lot going on. So if I get somebody like for project to project, that'll be fine with me.
Okay.
But I'm really aiming for students for long term.
Cool.
So yeah, any more questions? Okay.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Good, okay, cool. So, Avery, the guy that was sitting over here, he is the director and main compositor and kind of just the general person that is behind the David Ames winner this year, a project called Move to Tears. It follows cake toppers and their adventure going from the bakery to the actual wedding. If you want more information about that, come talk to me afterward. We are looking for PAs to be on set to help out. That would be just general like grip work or kind of like moving things around. You can talk to me more about what that means afterward. If you are interested in being on set, it will be during spring break. Part of it will be in Ithaca for spring break, part of it will not be in Ithaca. If you are here for spring break, we will provide transportation to the other location and back. Of course, you'll be fed and housed during that time. If you are also looking, so I'm the post-production supervisor, so I'm also looking for post-production PAs, which would mean that you would help me figure things out through post-production. I might give you assignments like creating a document or checking up on the editor or whatever I kind of need. It'd be kind of a really easy job, and especially if you want to get more experience on set or in post-production, I'd love to have you. Even if you can't, PAs have to be here during production, but post-production PAs do not. Whatever the case may be, come talk to me after this, and I can explain any questions. Unless you have it right now. Anything? Cool. Thank you for your time.
Actually,
Oh, okay, Pat, what's up?
the second location, how far is it from Ithaca roughly? Like minute-wise?
I know.
It's like 3 hours.
Yeah, it's far. We're going to his hometown. So the place that we're filming all the wedding scene, he has a contact in his hometown that has a huge reception hall. So it's cheaper for us to go there and film things there. And that's why we are, I think it's only 2 or 3 days. It's not a very long process. If you would like to be on set only for the Ithaca part, that is totally fine. We would, priority would be people that could do both.
Sorry,
Yes,
you could answer where is it?
Albany area.
Yeah, I don't know what exact town it is.
Nearby Albany.
Town near Albany. I can find out. I can tell. I can find that
Just
out.
generally
later.
speaking.
He said he's close.
Poughkeepsie.
Okay.
It's pretty far. Again, we'd be providing transportation. If you had a car, that'd be really cool. Yeah. Road trip with crew and cameras and stuff.
I thought he just said possibly the weekend before.
Before spring break would
Maybe
be.
he just like.
I don't think I think we're traveling. I think all the traveling is during spring break because we need like a day to get there. Yeah.
The
So.
weekend of the start of spring break or previous weekend?
Is the one that we're traveling.
No, Ithaca.
I'm pretty sure it's the weekend because we're trying to get all of. This is a really fun process where we are taking live action people in front of a green screen and then compositing it onto a live action that we shoot later. So it's a lot of fun process for me because I have to manage basically two camera crews and make all their footage mesh. So that's the part that's being done in Ithaca. It's going to be done downtown. I'm pretty sure it's the weekend before. I can give you more details later. I just don't have them off the top of my head. Any other questions? Cool. Thank you for your time.
Okay.
So, thank you everybody for coming down. If you would like to stick around and talk to anybody, feel free to do so. Otherwise, thank you all for coming, and hopefully we'll see you guys next week. Thanks for coming, everyone.
Yeah, if you're in my class and you wanna do the effect stuff that we were continuing on, or if you wanna stay and watch what we're doing, you can. Otherwise, we're gonna have a week. And we're gonna have more pitches in 2 weeks. Next week, we're probably gonna have like a different kind of thing, it's Valentine's Day, and
Yeah, all the single ladies and men come hang out with me and we're gonna make some VFX thing. I don't know, we'll figure it out. What? And we're all gonna hang out, and guys and gals.